Hello everyone. So as you are sitting, I will sit as well because I will not have enough hands. I think I don't have to present myself one more time because I already did a speech here in Oostende. So I will skip the hello, I'm Jaune, I'm sober since 1 week, and this is what I do as work. So now I will just slide some picture. Meanwhile, I go a bit deeper in some reflection I had those last 10 years. I'd like to talk to you about 2 points. If it's boring what I said, just watch the pictures and it's better. Then I'd like to just speak about 2 points that are really important to me. It's the first one would be the link between an artist and his own work, which is not sometimes what we think, and then the link between the work and the audience, which is the other part which concern me. There is a weird point I experienced since the beginning almost, is that I have the impression that I didn't choose what I'm doing. You could believe that you are the big master that you create the game and then you control everything, but the truth is that you don't really control a lot because for myself, for example, the work came to me naturally. As I was a sanitation worker, I started painting them. If I didn't have made that job, I wouldn't have painted that stuff. So it's not like if it was purely my decision to make it. It's just, at one point, it's just come to you. And as I was saying about the child, you made them, you grow them, but at one point it's ready enough to live his own life. Always, he can come back and ask advice, but he will live his own life. And that's exactly the same point between the artwork and the child at that level, is that at one point you just release your work, and it's even more true when you work in the public space. It's that at one point you paint it there and it doesn't belong to you anymore. It's the audience that will take it for himself, and you will never know how it will be judged, understood, if it will be meaningless for them or not. You don't have those powers. It's weird to see that you create something, but you don't have that much power on that thing. It's influenced by a lot of stuff coming from outside, and then after you just drop it, and in a way you abandon it in the street. And if you did well your job, hopefully people understand. And I think if you did it wrong, and people don't understand. Sometimes you search that people don't understand it. You never know who your child will cross in his life, and he will be maybe totally different than you. He may be straight, gay, and you're not. It can have a different political opinion about life. It can become fascist, for example, and we can see that also with artworks. A lot of not only paintings but also songs are just used by far-right politics people, and I think the artist never wanted that purpose on the beginning. You make the work, but you are just like one tiny part of that work because it's not really yours. That's all I have to say about that. So that's the first point. The second interesting point for me, there is something at one point, as you can't see really the result of your work, you see the result, but you don't see the impact. What does it change to paint it? So quite quickly you start asking yourself as an artist, at least I did, is it useful? Why am I doing that? Is it just self-pleasure, just because I like to do it and then I do it and that's enough to exist? At one point when you see, especially in the world we are living now, where we are all ultra connected, we know exactly what's happened everywhere. You can't just like put, those stuff on the side of your eyes and just look what you are doing. You have to take part to the rest of the world, but still you are doing just your little work. You may have the feeling that you are not helping anyone, and it's just like super selfish action in the end. I couldn't answer that question myself because I'm just making it, as I told you, and then I don't have a lot of time, the chance to meet the persons who see my work. Of course, nowadays with the social, it's easier to have a direct response on what you do, but you don't know the people who will pass in front of it every day. How will they react to your job? the different point also with a lot of artists is that I'm making those super tiny works. So when you make a big murals, that's the idea I have, but even if I don't make big murals, so maybe I'm wrong, but it have an impact like a symbol. It's something really huge that, and even if you take some really intimate moments, something really little, the fact to put it really huge makes it a symbol, something impacting. But with my tiny works, what's the impact? What's where people can, and I realize it's more. The relationship is more intimate. You take it just for yourself and not like a big symbolic message that surround your life. It's just something little, be part of your life. And if I can say that, it's because I experienced few moments. It was one of my first festival. It was still with the same organizer, Bjorn, which is here. This festival was in Antwerp. It was Day One Festival. And he contacted me to make a job I didn't want it to make because it was hard. It was to make an anamorphic painting. It means I paint on the ground, and when you stay in front of it, you stand in front of it, it looks like it come up off the ground. So it's not really the way I'm used to paint. So I start painting this piece. It was in a popular neighborhood with a big tower with all those small apartments in there. And the whole neighborhood is super great next to the station. It's not really pleasant place. The first step in my work is to put the black shapes. So it's only black mark on the ground, nothing more. At one point, someone comes to speak to me and he tell me, yeah, I'm living just here in the tower. I see you are painting, you are making something for us. Thank you, it's super cool, super nice. And I was like a bit, I didn't know yet what I was painting. So if you see, it's the important thing is not to win, but to take part. The nice sentence from Pierre de Coubertin for the Olympic Games, but it's just a street fight. So taking a message and putting it in the wrong place, a lot of people use it that way, so I like to make it on purpose. And that guy is just saying, yeah, thank you, and he didn't know what it will be, but he just say, yeah, thank you, thanks a lot for taking care of it and painting it. And I was like, yeah, but maybe you will not like it. He was just saying, no, but I see you have a lot of spray cans of colors, and you will just add colors here, and that's just what we need, and thank you for that. So that was the first, and it was really in the beginning of my career, so it was really impactful to, okay, I'm not doing that for nothing, because some people really need actually to have that color. The color is in my life, but I couldn't imagine that a lot of people don't have colors, they need that output. So that was the first reaction about how the work can be linked with the audience. It's just like bringing colors. It's almost saving life. I mean, now everything is concrete. If you see the cars in the 50s, they were all amazing colors: blue, pink, orange, and now they are all black, white, and gray. So yeah, the importance of putting colors. That's the first thing I understood. Another reaction I have with my work, especially, it's that now a lot of friends, people come to me and say, since you are painting those little guys, those little workers, now I see them. I didn't see them before, and now I watch them and I say hello to them and I thank them. And I understood that you can have an impact on how people behave with their life. You don't need to just make the big landscape and make a vision. You can also have powers on your daily life with artwork. So it was really the second point I discovered. The work could create a link with the audience. It's to change the way you see your environment. And I couldn't believe I could have that impact also on people with my work. So that was in Nuart in Norway. And since the beginning of the week when I arrived there was that corner of a building with that penis painted, but it was with a lot of tags around, so it was almost invisible in the rest, but I spotted it and I was like, oh, it's just right spotted and I can make something really funny with it. So I just wanted to paint that guy, but also to keep the wall with the graffiti. I don't like to buff graffitis. But at the point when at the moment I start painting, the lady living in the building just put the head outside of the window, see me, and oh, thank you. You will cover that wall. You will clean it up and make something nice instead of this. And especially the dick, I don't like it. And I was just like, okay, it's just what I want to use. So, but I didn't tell her. So yeah, no worries. I will take care of your wall. It will be nice. And so she goes. I'm buffing all the tags, and then I put. This worker like if he was putting himself the dick on the wall, and the lady came after that, and now I like it, thank you. And so it just like I didn't change it, and I just like make it you can understand it. So that's another power impact you can have. It's just changing the way you see the things you have every day in front of you. Like a lot of people don't like tags, for example. And if you have one little guy cleaning them, then you understand why they are there. Because if there is no tags, there is not that little guy that make you understand. And so it's kind of circle. I mean, maybe a last example I have. It's I think. I get a message one day on the social media. One lady who told me her home story, like she was sick. She was I don't know how you say it in English. They detected cancer, and the medics were giving her like 6 months to live, and so she was ultra depressive. You can imagine how it knocks you out, and she lost faith in life and the taste of life. And so she spent few weeks in the apartment of one of her friends who was living just in front of that wall. And so the first day she was really like destroyed. But she told me the first moment she could finally go out, she couldn't smile anymore. She didn't have taste of anything. And the first time she came out of the apartment, she came across the wall. She didn't notice it coming in the apartment, and then going on, she saw the wall, and she loved. She just loved watching my little guys punching them, the drinking, just something, nothing. But she just loved, smiled, watching my work. And her friend told her, yeah, but you know, he already painted 80 walls in the city, we could find them. And so she started to every day make walks a bit further to find new ones, to look for them. And then she sent me that message to say, thank you, you just saved my life, basically. And I was crying when I read that message, because that's one story, and I don't think it happened a lot of time, those kind of feedback on my own work. But I could at that point really understand that, yes, this you never know who and how you will help someone. But even if you just help one person, I think it's worth it. So basically that's my motivation to continue, knowing that I'm just putting one more drop in the ocean, but maybe that drop will help someone to drink or to make a cocktail, who knows, or a beer. And that's all I have to say about that.